Yeah, we're at the track covering the Sport of Kings. Coming up in this week's show, Jamaica's champion jockey Raddesh Roman adds the 1,000 guineas to his growing list of big race wins, but the classic jockey Shane Ellis tops him in the 2,000 guineas. A prolific weekend for Barbadians on the continent. A stakes win at Saratoga for trainer Saffie Joseph Jnr. Rocco Bowen also with added money success at Belterra Park, while Patrick Husbands opens his stakes winning account for 2025 at Canada's Woodbine. Stakes wins 2 in Canada for Barbadian rider Rasheed Hughes at Century Mile and Jamaican Christopher Mamdeen at Hastings Racecourse. Plus the usual update on Caribbean victories overseas. We're kicking things off in Jamaica. The classic season at Caymanas Park kicked off this past weekend with the Guineas races, the 2,000 guineas for colts and geldings on Sunday with a big 15-horse field. Number 6, Sensational Soul, the favourite, veteran jockey Shane Ellis with proven classic winning know-how aboard for trainer Eros Trophy. The betting odds for the $4 million 1 mile event favoured as the top entries. Number 1, Bob the Builder, the joint 7-2 second favourite. Number 2, Strong Mind at 5-1. Sensational Soul, the 6-5 favourite, with champion trainer Jason DaCosta's pair of Prince Roy in the 13 box at 7-2 and I Dream Again at 7-1 in post position 14. Also fancied bets. The field tightly bunched for most of the trip, the race competitive and 3 furlongs out, wide open with ace commentator Brad Rickman picking up the call.
On the rail, it's a Bob the Builder with that lead. Another one is there. I Dream Again now kicks in, and I Dream Again snatches the lead. But Bob the Builder is fighting hard on the rail. They've opened up some 3 or 4 lengths. Locked down now, asked to close up. They're coming into the lane. And I Dream Again in the green silks drifts off toward the center. Bob the Builder continues to run a huge one and has that lead down against the rail and gets cracks of that right-hand stick. It is Bob the Builder out in front. Here is Sensational Soul now unleashed and let loose. Bob the Builder with a 2-length lead. Sensational Soul eating into it. It's Bob the Builder just. Sensational Soul now finding top stride. Bob the Builder driven out. Sensational Soul is exploding in the end and will win the 2,000 guineas.
What a superbly timed ride by the 51-year-old veteran Shane Ellis, snatching the narrow win aboard the favourite Sensational Soul over the red-hot young champion jockey Raddesh Roman. Ellis now with 24 classic wins. Only the legend Winston Griffiths has more at Caymanas Park by Soul Warrior out of the Wizard of Gold mare Red Gold. Sensational Soul ticks off more classic success in Jamaica for Trinidad and Tobago owner Shevan Maharaj. 7 now in 6 years, following scores all with Ellis aboard, with 2019 Triple Crown winner Supreme Soul, Calculus, the Derby and St. Leger winner 4 years ago, plus last year's Derby champion Crown Chaser.
When you see me in these colours in the classic, take nothing away, I'll be coming hard.
As a 6-5 favourite, Sensational Soul follows up his Kingston win and lands a 2,000 guineas by 3/4 of a length over Bob the Builder and I Dream Again, covering the 1 mile trip in 1 minute 42.88 seconds in a victory that has solidified astute trainer Eros Trophy's Triple Crown plans for him.
He has stamina, he has speed, so he can do anything basically. So I love how Shane rode him today. Off the pace, allow the speed to go ahead and finish back the race really strong.
The fillies had contested the 1,000 guineas 24 hours earlier, and it served up a more dominant winner, the favourite Burning Hedge, fighting off a brief homestretch challenge to get the win after a wall of horses had rushed into the home turn.
Into the top of the lane, Wayne's a Cherry Links rubbing shoulders with Hansa. Watch Danka down against the rail. Wayne's Cherry Links also trying to close up. Linguist and Burning Hedge in a battle out wide, and these two now go on. It's Linguist and a Burning Hedge. They're rubbing shoulders. Burning Hedge now gets the nose in front. Linguist trying to fight back, but Burning Hedge now begins to go on. It's Raddesh Roman. He's looking for 4, and he's going to capture the feature, the Jamaica 1,000 guineas.
The favourite Burning Hedge, using an outside path, accelerates in the final 16th away from Linguist for the win. That was dominant, but not without traffic snags.
I was getting a rough passage throughout the race, but my horse was boiling and I know I have a lot of horses, so I was just searching for a clear run, and so I just decided to start to take out from behind the rail to go wide to try to get a clear run.
4 wins on the afternoon for leading and champion jockey Raddesh Roman by Hedge Fund out of Burning Clearance. Burning Hedge, after her big Jamaica 2-year-old stakes victory in December, had failed to win from 4 starts as a 3-year-old, But with last month's close-up second in the Portmore, stable confidence was high. With the signs pretty clear from her exercise gallops, she was more than ready for the Guineas test.
Took her back for 7 furlongs just to give her a little prep for the race. And she did that in 1:28 and change, and I was very surprised because the jockey was very easy.
Into the morning time working hard, I tell the trainer, I said, this horse won't lose the Guineas.
In his rapidly growing career, Roman celebrates his first Phillies Guineas win and third classic victory after his 2022 Guineas and St. Leger scores with Blue Vinyl. Bred, owned and trained by Carl Anderson, Burning Hedge, 5 3/4 lengths in front of Linguist, and her St. Leger prospects boosted too by the fact that at 141.71, she was considerably faster over the mile than 2000 Guineas winner Sensational Soul recorded in his Guineas victory. Also Saturday at Caymanas Park, those blue, red and white silks again of the 2000 Guineas winning owner Shevan Maharaj, the TNT owner's Tiz Talk, who was 5th when the field entered the home stretch, comes flying on the outside on the veteran jockey Wesley Henry to win the Eros Trophy narrowly over Digital One and Wall Street Trader. Trainer Anthony Nunes' Tiz Talk by a half length in the Eros Trophy run in honour of the legendary 1994 Horse of the Year and multiple track record holder. Tiz Talk winning ahead of Digital One, clocking 125.26 for 7 furlongs. That, of course, some way off the track record of 122 4/5 held by Eros. To the USA now, where Barbadians Saffie Joseph Jnr. and Rocco Bowen uncorked stakes victories. Trainer Joseph's success coming in Sunday's Jersey Girl Stakes at Saratoga. Enjoying 2025 as a top 5 trainer in all of the USA, Saffie Joseph's entry here in Bay in the white noseband, a second favourite in a tight race. But look at top jockey Irad Ortiz getting the job done.
Between rivals, Indy Bay keeps on fighting. Indy Bay trying to wear down Long Neck Paula, and on the outside of them, Beauty Reigns. 3 of them have a chance in the final 16th. Indy Bay, Long Neck Paula, Indy Bay ahead.
Unbeaten in 3 starts since arriving at Saffie Joseph's barn, Indy Bay at 2-1 odds gets the Jersey Girl win by a head over Long Neck Paula, stopping the clock at 1 minute 9.70 seconds for 6 furlongs, giving Joseph his 20th stakes win this year. Only Brad Cox and Steve Asmussen have more stakes wins as trainers this year in the USA. Rocco Bowen got his added money win at Belterra Park in Ohio, steering the 4-5 favourite Spellcast to victory in Friday's Sidney Gendelman Stakes.
As they reach the top of the lane, and with the lead on the outside is Spellcast. Rocco Bowen looking for that second win of the day. To the outside, coming right over the top. We're going to have Villain Lane in second, about 4 lengths back to Silence in third. But this race is replaced. It's all Spellcast.
The favourite Spellcast delivers in the Sidney Gendelman as the 4-5 favourite. 1 of 2 wins for Bowen on the afternoon. The winning margin, a length and 3/4. The time for 8.5 furlongs, 144.39 for trainer Timothy Ham, who also gave Bowen 2 of 4 wins he had at Thistledown in the past week. And Caribbean jocks, all champion riders, also enjoyed stake success in Canada through the Barbadians Patrick Husbands and Rasheed Hughes, and Jamaica's Christopher Mamdeen. Now, how often have we seen this? Hall of Fame trainer Mark Cassey having the favourite plus other entries in an event, and Husbands used as a second string horse from the barn to win. Here's another episode into the home stretch here in Saturday's $125,000 Fury Stakes at Woodbine. Husbands on the rail aboard Winterberry under pressure from Nada Trouble and Cassey's other entry, Shifty, and check out what happens next.
Battling away, Winterberry and Shifty called on down the outside. Winterberry's back in front. Winterberry and Nada Trouble. Shifty trying to make up the ground, but Winterberry, Patrick Husbands, this is a riding clinic. He knew it from the start. Wins the Fury by a length and a half.
Husbands, the record 8-time Sovereign Award winner as Canada's most outstanding jockey, displays, as commentator Bob Geller puts it, a front-running riding clinic with a filly he knows well.
She's 80% better than last year, you know. But last year she started showing you that just don't get in her way, don't rough her up, just go with the flow. She want to go left, you go left, you know what I mean? But she's come a long way.
Winterberry wins the Fury Stakes as a 2-1 second favourite by a length and a quarter over Nada Trouble, with Winterberry's stablemate and big 2-5 favourite Shifty third. Over at Century Mile in Edmonton, Hughes, the multiple Barbados champion jockey, used the 6-1 bet Wood Ceiling to fight off ex-Jamaica champion rider Dane Nelson in the home stretch, to win Saturday's $50,000 Western Canada Stakes. Hughes, the reigning Century Downs champion jockey who had landed a triple on Friday, gets Woods sealing home by a length and a half over the 7-2 bet, putting on the foil to win the 6-furlong sprint in 1:10.97 for 5 weekend victories and the jockey's lead at Century Mile. And Mamdeen, who was Jamaica's champion jockey in 2019, secured his added money triumph at Hastings Racecourse in Vancouver aboard the 4-5 favourite Bold Arch Gate to Wire in Saturday's George Royal Stakes. Scoring by 2 3/4 lengths, 1 of 2 wins on the card for Mamdeen, winning here over the 20-1 shot Soaring for the Sun, whose TNT rider Kimal Santo had 4 weekend victories. Bold Arch's winning time for 6.5 furlongs, 1:15.35. Our weekly tally of Caribbean wins in the USA and Canada now before we go. In the past week since our last show, I've counted a whopping 86 victories. Among them, the St. Croix-born jockey Kevin Krieger with 5 wins at Emerald Downs. TNT jockey Sven Balrup had 4 wins at Assiniboia Downs, including a stakes victory. Barbadian trainer Devon Gittins had 3 Woodbine victories. And the veteran Jamaican jockey Trevor Simpson had 5 wins at Lethbridge, 2 of those victories coming in stakes races. We've been at the track, covering top stories and exciting races in the Sport of Kings. Check us out again next week.